How you going? My hair is too long, and no matter what I do, no one can help me. But I don't think hairdressers are the problem. It's scissors, which we've been using since the dawn of time, but they just don't work. So today, I'm going to see if I can turn this laser welder, which can cut through steel, into a hair cutting robot, and hopefully take off my hair and my scalp.
Strafing your forehead.
Okay, the first thing I need to make is this letter addressed to your mother. Then once I sent that off, I need to figure out how to fix the main issue with using this laser. It kind of hurts your eyes, as I demonstrate with these pool balls, which are actually the closest analog to human eyes. So I need to make something to protect my face, and I think I want to make a full metal face shield. But first, to do that, I need to get the laser up and running to cut the metal into the shape I want. So I bought this CNC gantry thing that is meant to be easy to put together. Then once I had done that, I took it apart again. Not because I put all the pieces upside down and it doesn't work, but because it was so much fun to make. Okay, now I need to attach the laser somehow, and I'm thinking I just hold it on the end here. And would you believe that this pipe that I got out of my dead dad's shed perfectly fits the laser? Well, it doesn't. I had to bore out the center on the lathe. And also, it's not even his pipe. His is over there. So then I just welded not my dad's pipe to this square tube, which after I milled down screws into this bracket. Okay, at the moment the laser is operated by this trigger, but obviously I don't want to be pressing the trigger like this. So I'm going to use this clicky trigger thing. And this was actually really hard to find. I couldn't get it online, but lucky for me, my dearly departed friend Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, peace be upon him, gave me this. And then just soldered it onto these metal plates, which should work. Okay, now I'm going to give it a test with this random line that I drew. That was only on like 1% power, and it cut like a third of the way through my table. And this is great, besides the crazy amount of smoke it produces. So I need to deal with that first, as it's going to be a lot worse when it's burning hair. Okay, I have this fan, which when I stole it from the marijuana grow house, had ducts strapped to either end. But I never think ahead, and I cut them off, so I have to add them back on. So I got this empty pot plant and cut a hole in the bottom to avoid buying a $20 adapter duct, and then taped it on. And now I have this duct, which works perfectly. Okay, now let's cut out the face shield. And I haven't really worked out how to focus the laser, and it kind of seems inconsistent. Sometimes it cuts nice thin lines, and then other times it does this. And the smoke on the lens probably doesn't help, but I also think it's because it has a very strict focus distance. Because when I take out the focusing lens, I can set my walls on fire from like 10 meters away. And can also pop this kid's ball from 20 meters away. And even better, shoot this passenger plane down from 200 meters away. So for now, I'm just going to take the lens out. And I've changed my mind. It's too stressful to use and it hurts my feet. So I just use the trusty grinder. And I don't know why I traced around these holes here, but I want to weld some metal over them. And here's a hot tip for you. Don't put your ventilator down on hot steel. Okay, next, I don't really want to lie underneath the laser cutter. I just want to sit normally on a chair and receive a haircut. So I need to tilt it vertically. So I destroyed my garage door rail by drilling into it, which didn't even work. So I just attached it to my bench, but forgot that the motors aren't strong enough to move the cutting head when upright.
Whoa, it moves. Oh my god. Yep.
So I attached a counterweight to my roof, which actually seems to work really well.
Where are you going? Where are you going? I didn't tell her to do that.
Okay, I'm getting closer to cutting my hair, but at the moment my hair is too close to my head, and the hairdressers get around this problem by using revolutionary technology called hands, which I have as well. But I don't want to cut them off. So I had the wild idea to build a Van de Graaff. Which in English translates to Van de Graaff. And this big ball can produce upwards of 400,000 volts and produces some nice arcs, but more importantly, makes your hair stick up, and also anything else with hair on it. So I got a big pipe, some bowls from IKEA, and some nylon bar. And all of this would cost you around $50, and that's if you pay for it. And finally, your mum responded to my letter and sent me some of her used pantyhose. Which is the last thing I need for this build. So I cut some holes and chucked in the rollers, then sewed the pantyhose around them, and then attempted to cut a hole in the bottom of the IKEA bowl.
Why the did I touch that?
So after blinding myself with the laser, I just used the belt sander. Then I just made some copper brushes which sit just below and above the pantyhose, and then used this drill to spin it. Now I don't really understand how this works, but it's something like the positive energy comes out of the earth through these copper brushes and then go along the pantyhose and into the ball for some reason. But mine isn't working, and I think it's because your mum's pantyhose is really large and stretched out and is slipping to the edges. So I made a new nylon roller and tried that. And I tried for a couple of days, essentially changing every possible thing about the setup, like the brushes, roller, pantyhose, and even myself.
Yeah, it's still not working.
But it still didn't work. The biggest spark I got was no bigger than when you rub your feet on the carpet, which leaves me with one last thing to change, the ball on top. So I took this metal ball off the Van de Graaff I already had and tried that. And look at that, my homemade Van de Graaff works amazingly. I get massive sparks, and most importantly, it makes hair do this creepy, spider-like dance. And some of you may think that I just cut a slot in a PVC tube and then slipped it around the outside and then placed the store-bought Van de Graaff in a cardboard box because I was embarrassed that I couldn't make one and wanted it to appear like I'm good at making things. But no, I didn't do that. Okay, I'm done. But before I cut my hair, I asked you guys on Twitter and Instagram to send me photos of yourself if you need a haircut. And I picked this guy. Not because he really needs a haircut, but just because I've never seen someone this orange before, and I just really wanted you to stare at his face. Okay, I just put his head into the software and then drew where I want the laser to cut, and then gave it a test run. But before I set his head on fire, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Odoo. Cutting your hair with a laser is complicated, and it would have been much easier if I used Odoo, an all-in-one management software that provides entrepreneurs like me with a range of applications to simplify the day-to-day management of their business, including invoicing, accounting, project management, website creation, and more. Odoo keeps pace with your evolution, allowing you to add additional applications as you grow and your needs change. Let's say you guys need to pay some stuntmen to set you on fire. You can invoice easily with Odoo. It only takes a few seconds to create your first invoice. Just put the client's details, the products or services that the client has to pay for, and if needed, customer payment terms. The taxes are calculated automatically. Once I'm done, I can just send it to the client directly over email. Odoo simplifies tracking your finances and efficiently manages your invoicing processes automatically. You can track the status and see which invoices are paid or not paid. Odoo's invoicing application is a powerful tool for efficiently managing invoicing processes, offering great flexibility and advanced automation. So go to my link in the description and get your first Odoo application free for life. All right, back to the laser cutting.
First test with subscribers' hair. Okay, did that cut? Okay, there's no hair up there. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, a lot went wrong here. Mostly I just burnt his face off and destroyed my ventilation fan.
That's why it stopped working.
But even worse than that, the gases produced by the laser on the plastic hair smell really bad. So bad that I wouldn't be surprised if the gases were responsible for the deaths of 80% of people killed by chemical warfare in World War II, which it turns out they were. And I accidentally made chlorine gas and other deadly gases. So that's the last time I use any of your hair, which means I'm up. And while setting up the Van de Graaff and face shield, I realized another problem. I'm going to be positively charged, and I have the metal face shield in front of me, which means I'm probably going to have arcs shooting out of my nose and shocking me while I have the laser passing centimeters away from my face. So before I cut my hair, I'm going to try it first with real hair extensions to see if the Van de Graaff will make it stand up. and that works really well. And the laser is cutting the hair. But really weird stuff is happening as well. Bits of hair were flying across the room and sticking to me, flying in my mouth, and then sticking to the backstop, which is kind of annoying. But that means I can't stop delaying it, I need to get in front of it. And luckily I've got safety coordinator Alexa here to help me out.
Whoa! What the?
It
It is like a flaming explosion right on this.
Yeah, it's sick.
I feel like God.
Usually takes like 30 seconds. Tell me if you see anything moving.
You look like you're enjoying your mullet.
That might make it go up. Is it moving? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I mean,
Oh, that was cool.
so the Van de Graaff doesn't get my hair sticking up, probably because I'm surrounded by metal objects which are sucking the positive charge out of my head. So I'm just going to stick my hair in the vacuum duct. So just click play and then, can you see a red dot behind me?
Yeah, yeah.
Just tell me where that red dot goes. I'm going to close my eyes. Okay.
Oh, you can't feel it. It's strafing your forehead. You call me downstairs to help you film this thing. I'm like, oh, don't worry, it'll be dangerous. Like, no. I've set up this whole mechanism.
But does that mean my head is above the face shit? Do a test run with this.
Okay, just no laser.
No laser, don't have your finger on the bottom, just click play and tell me if it hits their hair and not my head.
Like, look, it's not the furthest point possible from your head.
How far away from my head is it? In centimeters.
I'd say it'd be about this far.
Oh. Okay, so now what you need to do is click stop and click home, and then you need to click enable on the front of the laser machine. Enable. The orange light came on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, come back.
I
Okay.
don't know what to tell you, but every time it stops on home, it stops on a slightly different spot to where the laser shot
Don't
last.
tell me that. And then Alexa, if my hair catches on fire, tell me, let go of the button and I'll put it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll do one pass, and then I'll say I'm ready.
Yep.
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Wow.
Is it working?
Yeah. Wow.
Is my hair on fire?
It was, but now it's not.
Oh no, I'm just gonna get more cold.
No, you're fine, I'll tell you. It was only on fire for a little bit. Okay. Your hair's on fire. It was alright.
I could feel the heat.
It is hot.
Wait, I think it's fine.
It's hot. It stinks. It's hot.
Does that hurt?
No.
You like fry a tuck.
Wait, what?
You got a hole.
I got a hole.
Oh. It stinks worse than the wig. Oh,
But I've got a hole.
you got a hole.
No!
Oh man.
Wait, is it bad?
I think we just comb it over. If you just
It
it's like
does
a
actually
chunk.
hurt a little bit.
Wait, what?
I burnt the top of my head. Yeah, it hurts.
I mean, at least it wasn't the laser that hit me.
Exactly. It's science. It works. It cuts your actual hair. You got it. Look at that. It's a straight cut. You just gotta.
But look at that up there.
And there we go. My laser machine works flawlessly. And if any of you want a haircut, just come over to my house. You'll have to ask your mum for my address though.